Welcome to another meeting of TV Holics Anonymous. Welcome to another episode, or not another episode, another meeting of TV Holics Anonymous. My name is Ruru and I am a TV holic. So again, Mimi's not here today and it's just me. And I am doing episode 4 of Wednesday on Netflix. And this episode, I'm going to get straight into it. Like I said before, actually, before getting into it, I am not really enjoying Wednesday. I'm like forcing myself to watch the episodes. It's mildly entertaining and I feel like they could have done a lot better. And we had to wait so long for this season anyway. I feel like they could have done so much better. But I'm digressing and I'm just going to get on with this recap situation. Again, like I said, it's not my favorite, and I'm just gonna explain why while we're going through this stuff. So this episode 4, is called If These Woes Could Talk. So this episode brings all the threads of the first part of the season together. Basically for a tense, like explosive, like confrontation between a whole bunch of people. So yeah, we have like a family reunion where Wednesday was following the clues she found in the previous episode, and her grandmother, Grandma Hester Frump, I believe, met a cemetery owner. Met a cemetery. Sorry, I'm trying to like gather my thoughts. Can't really get my. I just ate a large meal, guys, so I'm just like struggling to like think properly. So like yeah, so I'm just looking at my notes as well. So she met a cemetery, not owned. They met at a cemetery not owned by the family, and here Wednesday discovers that the urns supposedly containing the ashes of the dead at Willow Hill outcasts are actually filled with animal remains, because she sniffs. Her grandmother tells her to sniff and use her like, scent or whatever. The grandmother also confirms that the death certificates of these patients were signed by Augustus Stonehurst, a former Nevermore science teacher and her old rival. So the grandma's old rival. And this revelation confirms Wednesday's suspicion that the patients were never dead, but instead part of a larger conspiracy, which we'll talk about in a bit. So, let's talk about the Willow Hill infiltration. So, Wednesday, with the help of her Uncle Fester, who has gotten himself committed to Willow Hill, discovers the truth behind LOIS, the name that they found out about. They find a hidden passage that leads them to the secret block of cells where the outcasts are being held. LOIS is revealed to be an acronym for the Long-Term Outcast Integration Study. This is basically a secret program created by Stonehurst to extract outcasts' powers and transfer them to the normies. Also in this episode, I believe the Avian's identity was revealed. So the mysterious Avian who has been like attacking Wednesday and others with crows is revealed to be Judi, I believe, a former normie who works at the hospital. She is Stonehurst's daughter and the first successful subject of his experiments. She has been continuing her father's work, using the outcasts in the secret cells for her own power stealing schemes that she's concocted. And then we get a shocking return. So we get basically as Wednesday and Fester confront Judi, they are met with a shocking twist. Laurel Gates, also known as Marilyn Thornhill from season 1, has returned and is also at the hospital attempting to save Tyler. And she reveals that she has been in contact with him, believing he is still under control. The confrontation, let's talk about that. So a chaotic battle ensues. So let's just talk about this battle. So Fester uses his electricity to fry the hospital's power grid, which allows the outcasts in the secret cells to escape and attack Judi. The ensuing chaos, Laurel Gates attempts to make a gateway but basically it ensues chaos, and then Laurel Gates attempts to make a gateway with Tyler, but her control over the hide is gone, and Tyler is now free of her influence and transforms and kills her with his claws. After hunting her down, he tells her to basically run. He gives her a head start, and then puts his claws into her, and then basically he's demonstrating that the hide's allegiance ends with when its master is no longer a threat. So then let's talk about what ill fate is bestowed upon Wednesday. So basically the episode ends on a cliffhanger, and Tyler comes face to face with Wednesday. He hesitates a bit, and we feel like he's remembering their past relationship. And instead of killing her, he throws her out of the window. And he basically left her unconscious and very injured. And the last moments of the episode show her lying on the ground bleeding, which is scary. We think that she might die. And we have this lingering question in our minds. And the episode sets up a number of mysteries for the second part of the season, I think. I wonder what you all think of this. Yeah, it was alright, but kind of also reminded me of I'm not sure if any of you watched what was it called? Not the Joker, the Batman, Gotham, that's it. With Ben McKenzie, Gotham. It kind of reminds me of that, with Arkham, for the criminally insane kind of situation. They always do these things where they have psychiatric units and shows like this, which have kind of a supernatural element to them. So yeah, and they also had a insane asylum as well in Teen Wolf as well, on MTV's Teen Wolf. Just remembered that as well. Yeah, so I just feel there's going to be a lot. Oh yeah, also, I don't know if I mentioned it. Was it in this episode or the episode before? The zombie got out, and I believe it murdered a bunch of people. Yeah, the zombie got out once and murdered the one that Pudsley made into his pet, and it murdered the driving instructor, Eden's driving instructor. And then the zombie also got out at the campground and was munching on a bunch of people, I believe, or I don't know what. There was no real conclusion to that either. So I don't know if they caught the zombie or what. I can't remember. Yeah, but it's such a in the background kind of storyline, and Pudsley doesn't really speak much, and they've made him extra dumb in this show as well. So yeah, I just wish they had more, I don't know, I wish it was more like had more depth to it. It's just they're just relying basically on the the cinematography and the special effects and the supernatural elements. They're not relying on like a good storyline. It's just your basic there's murder mystery solving kind of police work situation, a standard thing like that, which is not very interesting to me particularly, and I don't know if it's interesting to you lot, but please let me know if it is. Let us know. Yeah, so subscribe, like, all that stuff, and we'll be back soon with some more TV shows for you guys, and hopefully Mimi will be back with me as well, and we can get some more Bravo recaps in as well, and also some K-drama stuff as well. We're on socials too, so follow us there. Bye.